It's Tuesday, September 23rd, 2025, and you're tuned in to KoiCast. If our voices sound extra crispy today, that's because this entire episode is generated with AI. We're battle testing Microsoft Vibe Voice 7B, so if we suddenly improv a duet, blame the robots.
Or thank them. I'm Riley. If the tempo feels snappier than usual, that's the streaming voice doing its thing.
And I'm Hunter. Today's headline: Alibaba's Qwen3-Omni just landed, and it's a big swing at real-time creative ops. Open weights, sub-second talkback, and a single model that reads and generates text, images, audio, and video.
Translation for creators. One brain that can watch your clip, understand the vibe, and talk back to you immediately in your chosen voice. Not fake phone tree voice, actual back and forth without that awkward AI lag.
The magic move here is the thinker-talker architecture, a mixture of expert setup that separates heavy reasoning from the speech generator, so the thinking doesn't slow the talking.
Which matters a ton if you're doing live stuff, like a product demo on TikTok where you need instant bilingual captions, or a brand companion that has to answer fast without sounding like elevator hold music.
Exactly, and Qwen3-Omni is open under Apache 2.0. You get code and weights, self-host it, fork it, wire it into your stack, no mystery API limits, you own the endpoint.
I'm already picturing my workflow. I upload a 60-second short, tell the model, give me 3 alternate hooks and a Spanish dub, and it talks the options back in real time while I'm still in the edit. That hair-on-fire sprint becomes chill on the couch.
Let's get specific. Latency on audio is around 200 milliseconds. Audio plus video understanding is roughly 500 milliseconds. That's basically human turn-taking. You ask, it starts talking.
And it speaks a bunch of languages out of the box, not just text, actual speech out. So social teams can spin 5 market versions before lunch without bouncing across 3 different tools.
Who is this for? If you're a solo creator, you can run smaller variants locally or in the cloud and get real value. If you're a brand or studio with a DAM and an orchestrator, this slots right in as an internal service.
And honestly, it's a little scary, in a good way, for the closed models. This is a direct shot at the GPT-4o and Gemini vibe. Media coverage basically said, yeah, we see you, Omni Club.
To be fair, those closed systems are strong. But Qwen3-Omni's combo real-time voice plus open license makes it automation ready. If your workflow speaks HTTP, you can stitch this in today. Webhooks from N8N to a simple Docker container and your streaming voice back to your review room.
Say more about that wiring. Folks love hearing you go full N8N nerd.
Sure. Picture an intake node listening for uploads to your storage bucket. When a new video lands, N8N pings your Qwen3-Omni endpoint with a prompt like, find moments where the host smiles, generate timestamp notes, and read them back in the brand voice. Output stream to your browser for instant playback, and the timestamps get pushed into your edit notes. One loop, ingest to reasoning to speech without babysitting each step.
That's so chef's kiss for creative reviews. And we're not talking vaporware. The GitHub repo has Docker paths and common framework examples. There are model cards and demos on Hugging Face if you want to play first.
Availability note: Falk, there isn't a centralized, paid API with SLAs in the release notes. The play is self-host. You choose GPU size, region, auto-scaling, observability. More work up front, but predictable cost and no rate caps.
Which gets us to price. The license is free. Your costs are compute and ops. If you're already paying per minute for transcription, plus per 1,000 characters for TTS, plus a separate model for reasoning, consolidating could save real money.
And time. You collapse a 4-tool chain, transcription to reasoning to image or video tagging to TTS, into one model that understands the whole context. Less glue code, fewer points of failure.
Quick vibe check on quality. Benchmarks show it's strong on audio and audio-visual tasks. State-of-the-art on a bunch of tests. More important to me, does it feel human when it talks?
Yes, speedy. Early demos sound natural, and the streaming means first packets arrive immediately, which sells the conversational feel. But brand voice is always a tuning cycle. Expect to iterate on prompts and style configs to hit your "this is us" tone.
Yeah, benchmarks are not brand. Put that on a tote bag. Also, voice governance matters. If you can spit out any voice, you need policy. Consent from talent, approvals from legal, the whole checklist. All in-game.
On risks, self-hosting means you're on the hook for GPUs and uptime. Set auto-scaling rules, log everything, and keep a fallback path. The upside is you stay inside your VPC and keep raw media private.
Let's talk real workflows people can run Monday. TikTokers do live streams with near-instant captions and a dubbed version for a second language. Podcasters, real-time show notes and instant voiceover alts during the edit. Brand marketers spin hooks, end cards, and localized tags in voice while the designer exports the cut.
Editors can ask for a cut list and hear a scratch VO while scrubbing the timeline. Producers can run highlight extraction and get a narrated sizzle in minutes. Founders can ship a branded assistant that actually talks and sees what's on screen without per-call fees kneecapping the product.
And inside Koi, we'd wire a review buddy in our edit pipeline. It watches rough cuts, leaves time-stamped punch-ups, and reads them out in the director's approved voice. You can accept or reject with a quick voice command. Human plus machine, for real.
Compliance folks will like the edge and hybrid options. You can deploy on-prem for studio floors or in regional data centers to satisfy policy. That's tough to do with a closed, rate-limited API.
Competitive field check. Who should be nervous? Any managed service that's sold will stitch ASR to LLM to TTS for you without real-time voice. If this runs well in your own stack, you just cut the middle layer.
And on maturity, the Qwen series has been releasing like clockwork dense and mixture of experts variants, long context, coding models. That momentum matters. You get docs, fixes, forks, and developer attention.
Okay, meme this update for creators. Caption, my editor now talks back faster than my manager. Or, POV, your laptop became your bilingual co-host.
Here's a practical rollout plan. Week 1, spin up the Docker image in a test VPC and try live captions plus voice previews on internal calls. Week 2, connect N8N, run OCR on storyboards, and push timestamp notes into your DAM. Week 3, pilot a multilingual review room for one campaign. Measure time saved and revision cycles.
And don't be precious. Keep the blemishes. If the model says something slightly off, that's your cue to tighten prompts or add a style guide. Co-creation is messy, then magical. Quick compare to GPT-4o and Gemini class models.
They're excellent at multimodal, but they're paywalled, rate-limited, and you can't fork them. Qwen3-Omni flips that real-time talk plus open weights. For automation, permissionless beats pretty 9 times out of 10.
Also, speed is a feature. When packets start streaming instantly, the whole UX changes. You stop waiting and start iterating in flow. That's the difference between cool demo and I'm shipping this.
Watch outs before you go all in. Budget your GPU plan. Real-time speech plus video understanding adds up. Lock voice approvals. Consent and governance up front saves chaos later. Don't assume default tone equals brand tone. Do a short tuning cycle.
Also, test on mobile networks. If your social team lives on Wi-Fi that scares me, make sure the stream still feels snappy.
Last thing, the self-host angle means you can integrate with your mobile and social tools however you like. Want a WhatsApp bot that watches a video you send and replies with a narrated summary? Easy if your orchestrator can hit your endpoint.
So what's the verdict? Is this a minor feature drop or a change how we work moment?
For real-time creative ops, it's a moment. Streaming voice, unified multimodal, open license, those 3 together unlock closed-loop systems. You can actually automate the boring parts and keep humans on the interesting parts.
Amen. If you've been waiting for a voice-forward model you can own and put in production, this is your green light.
That's the show. If you want ongoing AI news and workflow recipes, hit koei.com/resources.
And subscribe so our AI co-host knows you're listening. Thanks for hanging with us on KoeiCast bumps, glitches, magic, and all.
Catch you next time.